Hi everybody, Amber here from Atomic Photography, bringing you tips and tricks on beauty and fashion photography. In this week's video, I'm going to be talking to you about my journey with colour and how I use it in my imagery. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy what you see. If you do, please like and subscribe. Really makes a difference to my channel. If you are an existing subscriber, welcome back and I hope you enjoy the video. So when the Infinite Colour Panel team asked if I could be featured on their blog, I jumped at the chance, but they sent me a set of questions which got me really thinking about my colour journey. And some of the questions they asked were quite thought-provoking around, do you have a colour style? And do you, for example, do you know what you want to do before you colour tone, or are you inspired as you go along? And what inspirations do you have for your colour work, and how did you learn your style? So it got me thinking about my colour journey and my colour journey overall in life. So my journey with colour has started a very long time ago, and it's part of my culture. My family are South Asian, they are from Pakistan, and in the whole of the Indian subcontinent, we live our lives in colour. Whether that is our clothes, whether that is our food, whether that's our movie industries and music videos, colour is the thing. So, you know, it's inevitable that when I went into photography, that part of that cultural identity that I have would translate into my images. And when you look at my work and you look at the type of things that I shoot, it does have a lot of colour in them. It will feature fashion, makeup, flowers. So I think from a colour perspective, people do tend to land on not just a style of photography and an aesthetic, but also a colour tone. And I think because colour is so strongly related to mood and to tone, sort of, you know, emotional, it can evoke emotions. When interior designers are designing spaces, when you look at website design and user experiences, people really use colour in design to evoke responses in people. So I definitely think that different photographers with different styles will evoke different emotions in people. So colour plays a really important role in your style and what you want to evoke in your work. So I think early on in my career, a lot of my images were probably oversaturated. I really used to pump up the colours, boosting pinks and, you know, really emphasising lips and eyes and things like that. And I think recently I have started to become a little bit more subtle and subdued in my colour treatments of my imagery. I'm feeling a bit more, I don't have to really push all the sliders when I'm colour toning an image. I don't have to necessarily really make one thing pop over something else. And so I've started to notice in my work a bit more subtlety when it comes to colour. I also really like film and retro feels to images, and so I've been experimenting a little bit more with that. And I guess the Infinite Colour Panel tool taught me to think a little bit more outside of my own colour box, I guess. And my colour box is very highly saturated colour pop images. In using that tool, it's kind of shown me a couple of variety of options when it comes to colour grading images, and that's been really powerful for me. And I guess it's also held up a bit of a mirror to how I did colour grade my images. I think it's great that it gives me variety, and I think it's great that it gives me a few more options to think about and consider when I'm toning my images, because most of the time I'm not that spontaneous about my color grading. I like to have a vision of the aesthetic that I'm trying to achieve. So when I'm planning a photo shoot, when I'm casting a model, when I'm looking at locations, etc., I think about the end result. So I'm always keeping an eye on the outcome. And in that keeping an eye on the outcome, I usually have a mood, what I want to evoke in my audience or whoever's looking at my artwork. And I have a clear idea, whether it's set from the client or whether it's coming from me as a creative director on a shoot. I have an idea of how I want to tone an image. But I like what Infinite Color Panel gives you is that if you don't shoot in that way, if you do shoot, I'll shoot the subject and then I'll kind of be a bit more spontaneous and feel the color tone as I do my post-production, then Infinite Color Panel is brilliant because it helps you and it gives you a number of options that you can then consider and land on. I think my biggest color inspiration comes from nature itself. And I have this theory that everybody basically can collectively agree on a color, but I don't believe that we all see color in the same way. And I really do believe that some people have a desaturated view of the world. I think I'm one of the people who has a really oversaturated view of the world. And I see colours more saturated. I notice colours. I will notice details in nature as well that, people might go, oh yeah, that's pretty. But I'll sit there and I picked an iris from my mum's garden the other day, and the inner petals, the middle layer petals and the outer petals were all completely different. And I was sat there just looking at them and I was just in such awe of the colours and the design on the petals. And my mum was laughing at me and I was just like, wow, this is amazing. Like, aren't you amazed? Look how different the petals are. And I just think that, that translates in your work, how you see the world, how you view details in the world, how much you appreciate what's surrounding you will translate into your work. And you guys know I'm obsessed with flowers and that comes through in my work and how I view flowers and how I view the world. Like I said, I think I see a slightly more saturated blue sky than most people, but that's just my theory. I can't prove it or disprove it, but I really do believe we see colour in different ways, and how you see colour forms part of your identity and your style, whether that's your home style, whether that's your photography style, whether that's your clothing style. I'm very colourful today, so I'm a colourful kind of person. So, I think that translates into your style. And like I said, my biggest inspiration comes from nature, and there's a riot of colours in nature, and I think that's what comes through in my work. So I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. It really makes a difference to my channel. I upload videos every week, so you can expect more content from me soon. And I will see you again soon. I can't speak. See you again soon.